Hello guys, Happy New Year! Since 2024 has just ended, I will do a quick overview of all my competitions that happened in this year. So in total I competed 5 times, 4 in my home country Greece and 1 in neighboring Bulgaria. So the first comp of the year for me happened in Athens, the capital of my country. So here, going to this competition, I had 0 podiums. So I was obviously not expecting to get one since I hadn't gotten one in the past. But I managed to do it, and here I got my first ever podium in clock, getting 3rd place with an 8:02 average. Now this average was not that good for me. Back then I remember I averaged 7, so it was a bit disappointing that I couldn't do sub 8 average, but I'm very happy about the podium. I remember back then I did not care at all that it wasn't sub 8. I was very happy, genuinely happy. Also, I managed to get 2 more top 10s in pyramids with an 6.97 average and on cube with a 6.72 average. Now again, these times were not that good for me, but they were enough to secure me 10th and 7th place. So that was a very good competition. I also had a very good chance at 2x2 when in the first round I managed to get the 7th place, but on the finals I choked a bit and got 14th. But overall I was very happy leaving this comp since I had my first podium. My next competition happened in Katerini, and this is the first time a WCA competition happens there, and I was there, so I'm happy about that first of all. So, in this competition I managed to get yet another podium. I had a pretty strong start to the season. Again, I got a 3rd place, again at clock, and again my average was not that good, 8:05, very similar to the previous average. We're seeing a bit of a pattern here. Every time I get a good result with a podium or something, the time is kind of bad. This will keep happening, sadly. And so I did get an 8:05 average, which was not PR, but I didn't really care. Also, again, I managed to get 2 more top 10s here, again at pyramids and cube, this time improving my average with doing a 5.63 average for pyramids, finally being able to do a sub 6. Even though I could do it pretty confidently at home, I just couldn't do it at the competition. Also, I got some pretty good singles on both pyramids and cube, doing a 3.60 for pyramids and a 3 second solve for cube, which put me, if I remember correctly, in the top 10 on all of the events I mentioned. I was top 10 in Greece in clock, pyramids and cube, I'm pretty sure. So yet another very good competition. Something that is notable also, because I think we were running out of time. I do not remember the reason, there was some reason behind it. 3x3 was supposed to have 4 rounds. First round, second round, third round, or the semifinals, and then the finals. But the semifinals got cancelled. So every person that qualified for the semifinals, which I did, went automatically through to the finals. So this is the first time I competed in a 3x3 finals, but I didn't really care because it's not like I sold fast and I deserved it, it's just the previous round got cancelled, so it's not that noteworthy, but I was still very happy for that podium. For the next competition we traveled to Burgas, which is in Bulgaria. This is my first competition outside of Greece. So here, I don't know what I was expecting. Sadly, there is no clock here. Every podium I had wasn't clock. But this time I managed to get a podium, but this time it's on pyramids. And again, that same pattern that we saw on the previous 2 podiums continues here again. I am 3rd. My average is not that good. It's a PR this time. It's a 4.89, which is an improvement from my previous result, but it's still not that good, and the solves some were lucky, some were bad. It could have been a lot better. Also, Pyramids Finals was literally the first event of the competition. the moment we walked in, we did Pyramids finals, so I had the podium pretty much immediately, which made me feel weird because all the other times Clock was one of the last events that we did, or it was on Sunday, so most of the competition had already gone by. So I got a bunch of PRs here, so I am third for Pyramids. For Scube I managed to get 8th with a 5.88 average. So here I was a bit disappointed because I could do way better than that, and on the first round I was 4th. I would get another podium here, but I didn't solve well and my opponent solved way better and I got 8th. Also I should mention 2 more things, or 3. So for square 1 and 2x2 I managed to get 6th place with averages that were not good, but still, since the opposition was not that good there in Burgas, I managed to get 6th place. And also, this is the first time that I consider that I actually went through to a 3x3 finals, since this time no rounds were cancelled. I just got 14th on the second round. I believe top 16 went to the finals, and I competed in the finals, and I got 8th spot. I solved way better than the second round. In the second round I did 1340 average, now I did an 1157, which was very good for me at the time. And yeah, that's it. First competition abroad went pretty well. So, then we move on to Thessaloniki for the penultimate comp of the year. So this comp felt a bit familiar since this competition happened almost in the same format, I should say, as last year, since it was the same venue, the same room, in almost the same date. So it was basically like a repeat of last year, and I enjoyed it, to be honest. It's an event, I guess we'll have it from now on. Salonica Open will happen every year in the middle of October. I like the idea. So this is the first competition of the year that I didn't get any podium, sadly. I got close, since for Clock again, for the first round I was second. I have never gotten a second place in my entire life, only third places. I was second with a 675 average, which was bad for me. Again, I just don't perform well, but I get good positions. But then we go to the finals, which was the last event for me, I believe. In the comp, this may be wrong, I'm not entirely sure. For me it was the final event, and I got 10th. I dropped 8 positions. My average was horrible. I did an 8.14. My best solve was a 7.32. That's so horrible for me, and I was very sad because when I saw that second place, I thought that I could get perhaps even a win, because everybody underperformed. I knew that there were good people at the competition, but everybody underperformed, and I thought that if they do the same, I could win very easily. But I just messed everything up, and other people just clutched up. There were like insane NARs happening, so oh well. I did get a couple of top 10s as well in Pyramids, Cube and Square 1, which I got 6th, 9th and 6th, 7th and 9th respectively, with some pretty good averages. Something notable about this comp is that it had 8 events. I competed in all 8 and I broke every single PR. I'm not joking, I broke 16 PRs, all singles and all averages of all events. So in the end, I may have lost the podium. It's the first time of the year that I walked out from a comp without a medal, but I broke all the PRs, so that's pretty damn nice. So now we move on to the Greek Nationals 2024, the last competition of the year in Athens. So I recently made a vlog about it where I went into more detail about every event, so you can watch that now if you want. This is a very big summary of it. So, and there will be some spoilers for the video, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it before this part of the video. So, I competed in all of the events except 3x3 blindfolded here because I just couldn't bother to actually practice a bit, and it would be a certain DNF, so I did not bother. So, what happened here is I could not get a podium again, but it's the Greek Nationals. I was not expecting a podium, I got a couple of top 10s which made me happy in clock, pyramids and cube, not on square one this time. But the thing that made me really mad is that I broke not almost zero, but I broke very little PRs. I had 4 PRs in the entire competition, comparing to the previous one which I had 16. Now I have 4, it's kind of low. Now I was not expecting a podium for the Greek nationals. I got pretty close. On the overall standings, on clock I'm 6th, pyramids 6th and cube I am 5th. Now if we remove foreigners, because since this is the Greek nationals, we do not count the foreigners in, then I would have cube 4th place, pyramids 4th place, pyramids 5th place and clock 5th place. Now these results are not bad at all for the nationals, but for pyramids especially I sold very badly. I had a counting 6. If I had like a counting 450, I would be 3rd. I would have gotten the podium. For the others, for the other events I was kind of far off, so I don't care, but for pyramids I could have gotten that podium pretty easily if it wasn't for that counting 6. But overall I can't really be mad, everything else was perfect. Also for this competition, since this is the Nats, it was very hard to go into the finals. So in all the previous competitions I was going to the finals in events such as 4x4, 5x5 that I wasn't really practicing. But here I only got to the finals in my favorite events, pyramids, cube, square one, and the events that only had one round, such as clock. For example, in 2x2, 4x4, 5x5 I could not go through because I am not that good for them. But overall, very nice experience. I love the nationals, it's the best comp of the year. It would be nice to walk out with a podium, but I can't really complain, can I? So thank you all guys for sticking with me through this amazing cubing year. I hope that you had a great year and I hope that 2025 is going to be even better. So if you enjoyed my content, like and subscribe. I promise that in 2025 I will make more videos and better videos than these, even better. And I hope to see you in a competition soon. My first comp of the year has been announced, which will be in February, called Salonica Open. So as I said in my Greek Nationals vlog, the WCA has never gone to Trikala, and I will be happy to go. I've never gone there myself, so I will be happy to go and see you all guys there. So happy new year, and I will see you guys next time.